Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a new book haul. I literally just put up one of these I think a month ago. I was not planning to make another one anytime soon. I haven't really been buying books or anything, but the day after I filmed that video is when a ton of books came in. I was like, shoot. So I'm gonna be showing you all of the books that I got since that last haul. This might be a little repetitive if you watch my weekly vlogs because I've shown at least some of them in those vlogs. Thanks for being here anyway if you decide to stick around. I think this is gonna be the first sit down video that I film in like 6 months where I don't have an energy drink or a coffee or anything. So who knows, I might just like pass out in the middle of this video from caffeine withdrawal. I'll have all the books that I talk about today linked down below in the description if you want to go check them out. I'd love to hear your thoughts on them and let me know what books you guys have picked up recently, ones that you're super excited about. I feel like I'm not super enthusiastic about any books or any new releases right now, and please like share your excitement with me. Not to say that I'm not excited for these books. I am excited for these books. At this point I'm rambling. Let's get straight into the haul. So the first book that I have to show you is What Kind of Girl by Issa Sheenmel, and I've actually already read this one. My cats are having fun behind you as per usual. This was sent to me by Source Books. I got so excited when they reached out about this book. This video is not sponsored. I actually read this last month and I am struggling now that I've read it to summarize it because I realized the way that I was summarizing it before I read it was wrong, but I don't know how to summarize. Guys, please! But I don't know how to summarize it correctly without spoiling the book. Basically, we're following our main character. She's in high school. One day she shows up in the principal office to report that her boyfriend has been hitting her. It's a very distant POV. Like, you're not following in the moment with the main character. It's like you're an outsider watching this whole situation unfold on a grander scale and how it's affecting the entire school. How all of the girls at the school have different opinions on the matter. Like, some of them want to support her and believe her, and some of them want to believe the boyfriend and support him because he's this like golden boy, super popular, everyone loves him. And the book is split up into 3 parts. Part 3 was personally my favorite, so if you're struggling a little bit getting through the first 2 parts, I definitely think it's worth pushing through. If you're a little confused or a little put off by the storytelling style and the way that this is set up, push through the first part, which isn't even that long. Yeah, part 2 starts on page 83, and it's not that part 1 is bad. I actually think the end of part 1, I was like, oh my god! It has a good little reveal there. And so I understand why she wrote the first part the way that she wrote it in order to have the impact of that reveal. But I'm just warning you ahead of time that the first part might be a little slow to get through. I don't know why I just gave you like an entire wrap-up review of this. I don't know how to describe this book otherwise. I feel like the last line in the blurb really sums it up. What Kind of Girl is an unflinching exploration of the many forms of abuse society inflicts upon women and the strength it takes to rise above it all and claim your worth. This book is really upsetting. It's really infuriating, as you can probably guess from just the summary of it. I still think it's definitely worth the read. I really enjoyed it. Just be aware because reading this book actually made me more upset than I was expecting. So on that note, the second book I have to show you was sent to me by the author and I'm really excited about it. It's called All My Love, Alex Brock by Larissa Lopes. Our main character's name is Linda. I don't know why the name Linda just makes me think of like a prim and proper lady with like her glasses and her pencil skirt, and she's like, Linda, you know? Maybe you don't know. So she's given up small town life to go live with her dad in Los Angeles, and her parents think it's because she wants to pursue a better education, but actually she's in love with an 18-year-old pop star. So she thinks she is cyber dating this pop star called Alex Brock. He's been her boyfriend for over a year now, and her moving to Los Angeles has finally closed the long distance gap for them. But when she surprises him in LA, he has no idea who she is. She thinks she's been dating this boy for over a year and she's been catfished. I don't know what to expect from this book. I don't know. Is it gonna be kind of satirical? Is it gonna be funny? Is it gonna be really sad? Are you gonna feel bad for this poor 18-year-old girl who's been catfished? Are we even going to meet the boy who is pretending to be Alec, or is it just gonna be like a new budding romance with the real pop star? I have a lot of questions. I'm excited to figure it out. It's a really short book, so I'm expecting this to be a really fast read. It's less than 300 pages, but I'm intrigued. It sounds like it could be really fun. The next book I have to show you is Belle Revolt by Lindsay Miller. This was also sent to me by Source Books. This just came out in February, and I was reading it last month. I got about 40% into it, and I DNF'd it. Don't take that as a comment on the quality of this book. I just decided I wasn't in the mood for it, and I think I'm gonna go back to it at a different time. But basically, this is a standalone young adult fantasy, and we're following Emily and Annette, and they trade lives. One is from the nobility, and she really just wants to go to school to become a physician, which is not allowed for women, especially women of the nobility. And then Annette comes from much more humble upbringings. Her family doesn't have a lot of money, but she really wants to study magic. And then apparently the nation gets into a war and they have to work together to help the rebellion. I didn't get that far in the book. I think it's a super fun premise. I was just like forcing myself to read it for the sake of finishing another book last month, and I'm just not in the mood for fantasy, so I feel like I can't really speak to the quality of this book. I'm gonna try it at a future date. The next book I have to show you I got from a used book sale at the library, and it's called The Madwoman Upstairs by Catherine Llewellyn, and this is a novel of the last Bronte. That's what piqued my interest. Also, I liked the cover. So this book follows Samantha. She's the last remaining descendant of the Brontes. So apparently there's this long rumored Bronte estate, but as far as Samantha knows, it's completely non-existent. But after her dad dies, she gets the old copies of Charlotte, Emily's, and Anne's novels, and she starts to wonder if perhaps the alleged Bronte legacy does exist after all. With the reluctant aid of her charming but inscrutable Oxford professor, Samantha plunges into a vast literary scavenger hunt. In the process, she must untangle varying interpretations of the novels, as well as intriguing clues about their lives, which may directly impact her own. I'm intrigued. I definitely don't read a ton of literary fiction, but this one said it was a fast-paced literary adventure, so I find that promising. And I think it'll be a nice change of pace from things that I typically read. And I've actually never heard anyone else on BookTube talk about this book. I've never heard anything about this in general. I've never read reviews for it. I haven't even checked to see what the average rating on Goodreads is. So I'm gonna go into it blind and just experience it the way I used to experience books, because I miss just going into them and figuring out what I think about it for myself. So next I have Brightly Woven by Alexandra Bracken. I also got this from that library sale. All I know about this book is it's written by Alexandra Bracken, and I've liked her books in the past, and it's a standalone fantasy. And it's her first book, which is why I really wanted to pick it up. She's published so many books since then, and so I think it'll be interesting to go back to her very first one. I don't know why, I have a hard time with fantasy descriptions. They all kind of sound the same to me. So basically we have a wizard. His name is Waylon North, and he brings rain to this village, and they offer him like you can have whatever you want in exchange, and he chooses this girl. So that's an issue. Her name is Sidel. She's a skilled weaver with a fiery temper, and she's always dreamed of escaping her home, but she wants nothing to do with this wizard who has claimed her as his property, essentially. But they set off for the capital, plagued by wild weather and attacks from a dark wizard. And then this is the part that interests me. Sidel learns that North, the dude she's gone with, might not be any better than the dark wizard. So I don't know, is this gonna be a romance? Is this going to be this girl taking down like and saving the whole kingdom or whatever? Who knows? It's compared to Christian Cashore's Graceling on the cover, and I loved Graceling. It's one of the best YA fantasies I've read still, and I read it like 10 years ago. Seems promising, and I know that I like Alexandra Bracken and her writing, so hopefully I'll enjoy this one. And then the last book that I picked up from that library sale, I still have more books here, don't worry. But from that sale, I got Dating You, Hating You by Christina Lauren. I actually have no idea what this book is about. I just know I've read other books by Christina Lauren and I've liked their books before. And this sale was like, you could fill a bag with as many books as you wanted for a certain price. So it's not like I was paying any more to get this book on top of the other ones. Our main characters, Carter and Evie, immediately hit it off after a meet awkward at a Halloween party. I like that, meet awkward instead of meet cute. They're both high-powered agents at competing firms in Hollywood, but when their two agencies merge, they have to vie for the same position. What could have been a beautiful blossoming romance turns into an all-out war of sabotage. So I am skeptical going into this book, but hopeful. I feel like this is gonna go one of two ways. It's either going to be really funny, kind of like a hate to love romance, just something amusing, or it's gonna be one of those books that I hate and I get really frustrated by, like the plots where like the everything goes wrong plots. I can't handle those because they frustrate me and they make me angry and they just like make me stressed out. I'm hoping this book doesn't give me that feeling. Oh my god, the tagline. Everyone knows that all's fair in love and war, but these two will learn that sabotage is a dish best served naked. What does that even mean? I think this will be fun. The next book I have, I'm excited because this is our March book club pick, which is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I run a book club over on my Patreon page. I'll have the link down below if you want to join us this month. I also got this in a book of the month box. I'm also a book of the month affiliate if you want to check my link and my code down below to get $5 off of your first box. Our main character's name is Pip, and There's this famous story in her town of Fairview. I feel like every town is named Fairview, where this pretty and popular senior girl was murdered by her boyfriend, and then her boyfriend killed himself. And so it's 5 years later, and Pip decides to look into this some more for a project, and she starts to learn some things that make her think maybe the boyfriend was actually innocent. Someone in Fairview doesn't want Pip digging around for answers, and now her own life might be in danger. This is the story of an investigation turned obsession full of twists and turns with an ending you'll never expect. I better not expect it, because whenever someone tells me you'll never expect the ending, I expect the ending and I'm disappointed. Like, don't give me that expectation ahead of time, because then it leads to inevitable disappointment. But I've actually heard fantastic things about this book. I've seen nothing but glowing reviews for it on Goodreads, and I'm really excited for our March book club. I think this will be a really interesting book, and you know I love thrillers, so this seems right up my alley, so I'm definitely very excited for this one. And then the last book that I have for today's haul was also a book of the month pick called Woven in Moonlight. This is a YA fantasy, and I tried to describe it in the vlog when I first got it, and I struggled then, and we're gonna struggle again right now. A lush tapestry of magic, romance, and revolution, drawing inspiration from Bolivian politics and history. So our main character, she can spin thread from moonlight, and she's after this relic. She is motivated by a thirst for revenge, and she's using her weaving ability to hide messages in tapestries for the resistance as she searches for this relic. There's some kind of political conflict that I don't really understand here, but the choice our character needs to make is there could be a way to overthrow the usurper without starting another war, but only if she turns her back on revenge. I've actually heard really good things about this one too, but again, it sounds like so different from most of the books that I've been reading lately, so I am really excited to get to this eventually. So yeah, those are all the books that I'm going to be showing you in today's haul. If you've read any of them, I would love to hear what you thought of them down below in the comments, or tell me some books that you've picked up recently that you're really excited about. Not that I need to get more books, but like, I'm always interested. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having an awesome day. If you're new here, I would love it if you would subscribe and stick around. I put up at least 2 to 3 new videos every single week. Everything that I mentioned in today's video will be linked down below, and if you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up. But other than that, I think I'll just see you guys in my next video very soon. Bye.
So hit me. So hit me. So hit me. First a confession. With you, I feel a connection. With